Okay, ladies and gentlemen, may I be the first and probably the last to welcome you to this video. This is the third video in 3 days that I've uploaded, so you guys owe me your souls. And yeah, so let's get into this. This video is very old. I was actually the only person that was not in this game. Let's see. This is Shake and Bake you're viewing right now. Let me make that perfectly clear. And then my friend A-Bomb, and then I think my other friend, Unworthy Slinky, might also be in this one. Well, anyway, this is Capture the Flag on Firing Range. He's using the Spectre, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's an okay gun. It's an SMG, obviously. And I'm not really here to talk about the gameplay. I went back on some of my commentaries, and I realized me and my friend Lewis, wow, so these commentaries are really bad. So I'm going to try to make some better commentaries here for you. So, anyway, I'm going to tell you about the time I went to Disney World and I got freaked out of my mind. You may be like, "Oh, so it was It's a Small World too scary for you?" Actually, It's a Small World was actually the scariest ride that we went on in Florida, no joke. Like literally it was like ah! And it was sad because I know the little girl in front of us, and I know she liked it, and I kind of ruined the ride for her because I was screaming so much. So, anyway, that wasn't the scary part. The scariest part, and I know what you're thinking, it doesn't get any scarier than It's a Small World. The scariest part was actually the airport going home. And you'd be like, okay, all right, you're afraid of airplanes. No, I have nothing against airplanes. But, like, you may be like, oh, you were afraid, like, a no Russian was going to happen. Okay, no. But here's what scared me. I had gone through security in the airport back home. And I had gone through security. Yep. Okay. That wasn't a lot of fun, but you know what? Let's go with it anyway. So everything had gone fine, and I don't know what it is about airport security, but even though you know you have nothing to hide, you're still scared out of your mind. Like, what if they find a Spectre, for the sake of argument, in my bag? Or what if they find like a bomb or a huge machete or even a pocket knife? What if they find that? Like, will I get jumped on and tased? Dude, you obviously don't have that in your bag. Chill out. That's what I kept telling myself. I know, but what if? Like, what if something accidentally got slipped into my bag? Which was exactly what happened in this video. So anyway, we got to wake up at about 4 in the morning Eastern time. And are you kidding me? So we got on like a 8 o'clock in the morning flight. And then we pulled into our small Midwest airport around 10 o'clock Central Time. I live in the Central Time Zone. I'm not going to tell you where. Stalker! But anyway, Tomahawk! So, basically, we're going through security. And this guy... Actually, I forgot to tell you. I'm actually using this as my short story essay for English, so there, I get to practice telling it to people. So anyway, I pull up, I'm in line, and my dad gave me the usual lecture. Now, Nathan, don't you do anything stupid, okay? Don't do anything stupid. You'll regret it, okay? I'm like, Dad, these guys have guns and tasers. I don't think this is a messing around situation. And when I see a guy with a huge gun, I'm like, you know what? Joke's over. And so yeah, we pull up, and we don't pull up. We walk up to the airport security, and I hand my guy my ID, my driver's permit, because I didn't have the license at the time, and I still don't have my license because I'm horrible at driving. Yay, horrible at driving. So anyway, I hand the guy my permit, and he holds it under a light, and he has gloves on, and I had half a notion to say to him, dude, I just touched pretty much the whole card with my hands. If you're going to get some rare skin disease from it, I think I would have it too. So you can take off the gloves and start being a man. Okay, fine. So he's like, fine, you check out. Even though I look nothing like a terrorist, considering I'm the whitest person ever. Probably the only country that I'm a terrorist threat to would probably be... Leave a comment. I don't know. What country would I be a terrorist threat to? And, so... Then we get to the, all right, take off your shoes. Oh, great. I gotta take off my shoes. Take off your belt. Oh, my gosh. Thankfully, they didn't tell me to take off my pants. Now, that would be a different kind of scary story. I didn't have to take off any of my clothes except for my my shoes and my belt. And then I walked through the metal detector. Okay. And then all of a sudden, I hear 3 loud beeps. And I hear a lady say, "Man, we need a pan check over here." I'm like, oh, no. Well, whose is it? And it's like, "I don't know whose it is, but whose bag is this?" I look over, and of course it's my bag. So I walk over. I'm like, okay, there must be like, I must have forgotten my iPod or something. I don't think it picks up on that though. But I thought, okay, you know what? It must be my iPod. So just whatever. So she goes through, and there's a woman's swimsuit in my bag because my mom's panicked at the last second and threw everything into one suitcase, and it happened to be my carry-on. And so yeah, she's like unrolling all these women's swimsuits, and she's looking at me like, "Man, are you crazy?" And she didn't actually say that, but that'd be hilarious if she did. So yeah, I'm looking there. I'm like, oh man, what did they find? I have no idea what's going on. So anyway, she pulls out a knife. She pulls out a Swiss Army knife out of my bag. And she says, "Is this yours?" And first of all, I wish I would have said, like, obviously it's mine. But it wasn't mine. I didn't know whose it was. Turns out to be my dad's. My mom, in haste, leaving the hotel, worrying that we were going to miss our bus, even though we're like 20 minutes early for our bus to leave the hotel. And that would take us to the airport. She threw everything into my carry-on, which involved a pocket knife. So I expected to be jumped on, tased, and shot in the face. But fortunately, that didn't happen. I just got basically a slap on the wrists or a slap with a wet noodle or whatever you want to say. And she's like, "Man, what do you want me to do with this? You can't take that on the plane." And my dad says, "Yes, I obviously know that I can't take it on the plane." "Well, what you want me to do with it? You want me to throw it away? You want me to mail it to you? You want me to see if they can get your luggage back?" Because we had one checked bag, but we had everything else in carry-ons. So anyway, like, my dad's like, "Whatever, just throw it away." Okay, so then we get through security. My mom looks at me like, "Oh my God." And they're like, "Aren't you scared?" I'm like, "No." And of course I'm like, I could have been killed. But yeah, so I played it pretty cool. And to this day, I will never forget the feeling when she pulled a Swiss Army knife out of my bag. Oh, man. It was intense, man. I was literally... That's one of those few times in my life that I've been straight up scared. And you might say, "I'll tell you about the time I was straight up scared." Okay, whatever. I do have more stories than when I was straight up scared. I mean, I don't have very many times because I don't really get scared that much unless I'm, like, watching a movie, but I don't really watch scary movies. So, but, you know what? Different discussion. I'm kind of rambling. I tend to ramble. I'm sorry. I'm even rambling about rambling. That's how bad I am. Dead body twitching. So, sorry, the kill cams seem to be tremendously long in this video. I recorded this video about maybe 2 months ago, so that just dates how long it is, and I don't record until like a month after the game happens. So I'm going to have to look at Shake and Bake's prestige rating and see what it is, because I think he's a 9th prestige now. He's pretty happy about that. But anyway, there, he won the round. And I think the next round is really short. I was sad I wasn't in this game, because it seemed to be a really easy other team. So yeah, and then we get on our plane. Oh, I have to tell you about the plane out there. Okay, I totally forgot about this up until about a week ago. I'm sitting in the airport in the terminal, waiting, because of course you have to wait for your plane for like 2 hours. Like, oh, you're gonna want to get here about maybe like 48 hours early, or else you're gonna miss your plane. Whatever. So we pretty much just sit there in those uncomfortable blue chairs. And I stare at the news, and they never have NBC. I usually like to watch NBC for my news. In fact, usually I like to watch the Philip DeFranco show for my news. Thumbs up if you like Philip DeFranco. Thumbs down if you do like Philip DeFranco. Just basically thumbs up if you don't like Philip. Everybody give a thumbs up, okay? You know what? Yeah. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I wonder what our plane will be like, because I had not been on an airplane in 11 years. I didn't even remember my first airplane, because I went on when I was 2. I had a family reunion in Rhode Island, and then we had to get on a plane for that. So we get on this plane, and I see the scariest sight I've ever seen, an Atlanta Falcons plane. And if you know me, I'm a New Orleans Saints fan. And if you didn't know, the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints happen to be in the same division, and they happen to be arch rivals. So that was very painful for me, flying on an Atlanta Falcons plane. Like, it was straight up like black and red, and it said Atlanta Falcons. And then the one we rode home on was a Harry Potter plane for Orlando, the Harry Potter experience. Like, why do they put that on the side of planes now? That's weird. So this gameplay is almost over. Let me just say, it was 80 degrees when we left Florida, and when we got back, it was about 35 degrees. It was like the coldest day on that date. It was October here in the Midwest, and I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and it's 32 degrees outside, and not a pleasant experience. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. This is my friend Shake and Bake on the gameplay. I'm gonna have more commentaries coming out. I'm trying to make more games. I have a pretty funny video I'm gonna try to. My mic just cut out like a boss. But anyway, I'm going to have more videos coming out, so let me be say to have a great day or night or morning, whatever you're watching this. But if it's morning, it'd be a good day. Whatever, okay? See you.